Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. I have lots of trouble yesterday and this night. Well, you may know that in France we are in a heat wave, and so I stayed awake late because I wanted to walk my dog, but at 22 hour, there is still 36 degrees, and at 23, 32. So I waited, and well, I decided to not walk her, and I couldn't even bring her in, by opening everything. So it was really a hard night about that. I can have opened something like at 1 a.m. Then I get to sleep, and I had a huge migraine and a huge headache, probably because I was tired, And it was so hard yesterday night, and during the night, I don't know why, it happened to me sometimes. There is a on my leg, yeah, there is a muscle that contracts suddenly, you know, like a cramp, and doesn't that awake me, and that hurts a lot. And so this morning I can't walk, or I can I have trouble by moving my leg, you know, and I don't know. Yesterday was a bad day, you know. So I hope today it will be a better one. Let's start with this set between Ganker and Max. Hope everyone is doing well, and you have to stay hydrated during the heat wave if you have a heat wave on your country. So in this set again about Ganker and Max, we will see a ban nomad, ban hybrid with objective maps, and after that, that's because of that. Ganker didn't ban one category entirely, and that provoke a mess up on the draft. But okay, Ganker, if you look at the stream, you should ban all the map starting with the same numbers. That means that you should have banned, if you start to ban T21, you have to ban African River, and the other one on the hybrid category, I didn't remember, which is the Frigid Lake, I think. And if you wanted to ban nomads, you should have banned Coast to Mountain and the other nomad maps, you know. So we have a first pick Land Madness for Max. Bypass and Zog, so Ganker seems to me a closed map player. And then Coast to Mountain, and as a neutral map, Morass. About the Thieves. Oh, such interesting Thieves. I don't know why some of them are picked so late, you know. Why starting with Slavs, Cumans, when you have Persians, when you have Burgundians, when you have... I don't know. There is some logic in this, but I think it's because, well, Max loves these saves, and that's why it picked them, I think. We'll see probably a Turk on... Turks is a nice bypass sieve, it's a nice Zong sieve also. I think Turks on bypass. Burgundians on Zong seems better than Turks, so Burgundians on Zong. On Morass, Mayans probably. That let Kittens for Land Madness and Portuguese for Coast to Mountain. Burmese can be also a nice pick almost everywhere. Burmese is a strong pick on Morass, a strong pick on Land Madness, a strong pick... Well, it's a 8-year sieve on all the map, but not the best one, you know, it's a nice replacement sieve for each map, Burmese. That's a nice last pick, a smart last pick, you know. For Max, well, I think Teutons on Zong seems no, Cumans on Zong. Obviously Cumans on Zong. I hope that Max didn't take two Cumans anywhere than on Zong, because, well, I wanted to do it once because I am proud of it. But I don't know if you remember, there was a tournament hosted by Helia, and there was a unknown player called Aramatu that fought against MBL at the first turn, and look at that. So I hope I will see a Cumans play on Zong, and an Aramatu one. Now that I have showed my best achievement on this game, let's start again. I think Tartars is for the coastal mountain, but Georgians can be too. Dravidians and Moras probably, and Persians on landmasses. And Georgians can also be a nice replacement sieve because they are nice on almost all maps. They may want to be played on Land Madness more than other map, but it's also nice coast to mountain sieves because you have already an ox, you know, that can move into a wood line and or into the hunt, and that will faster your timing, your feudal timing by a lot. Well, I propose you that we are starting. I will bring you on Capture Age, and no, that's not Capture Age. That's Capture Age. Okay. So this is the first map. Let's go on Moras, and we have not Cumans on Zong, and we have no Turks on bypass. I am so disappointed, you know, guys. That means that Max don't know me. Would have known that it's an heresy taking Cumans anywhere but on Zong. I'm so sad. So Moras is that map where you should always want on you have to take the fishes, because if you don't take the fish, well, you fall behind in economic by a lot, you know, because investment on fishes is like 100 wood for a meal 3 times, you know, and you can feed 12 20 vills with 3 meals. If you have the same investment in farms, it's 100 and 1,000 and 200 wood, you know. So taking the fishes and taking them as fast as you can will make your farm investment later. That also means that you have to take less wood in order to do the same thing, and even that you can take less wood and do more, you know, because the fishes are the most efficient food income. So on this map, or you should have let the ship be decay and just go on the bow with all his vills. That means that on this map, especially on this map, you really want to take all those fish, because there is so much fish. If you look at, you have 27,000 food. That's amazing. Okay, a nice hunt, and I think we will see a meal on the middle for Ganker. You have 3 on wood also, like Max. But Max started spending his wood by walling his map. And not in taking the middle. What is this lumberjack doing? Okay, we are seeing a mill too. Oh, and now that I said everything about the map, about the fishes, you see that he forgot his bow. He forgot his bow. That's why he doesn't have any food and he's taking berries at 10 axes of distance, you know, because he forgot it. And he scooted it, so he just forgot things, you know. Hello, Lala. Well, I don't know someone called like that. I'm sorry. He forgot his bow. And Ganker didn't have made the same mistake, and has made a second meal on the meat that is more efficient than making a meal on the berries. And he's trying to lame the wheel, but since the bow was forgotten, he can't stay here very long, you know. Max's feudal age is very late, but it's just because he forgot his bow. We are seeing a second lumber camp. Okay, a second lumber camp, no barracks still. That means Max will play very defensively. He will double TC boom, I think. And if Ganker is fast enough and kill him from the middle, he may have not been late at all in his fight. Your feudal isn't. You have to fight it. Your scout have 5 attack. He has only 3. You just have to kill it. Where is the stable for Ganker? Ganker failed his build order. He forgot to put people on wood, so he doesn't have any wood to build a stable. And that's all benefit for Max, because Max, who wasn't able to support an aggression, to hold an aggression, well, he will be free and will even have his stable faster than his opponent. His opponent is fast castling? What the fuck? Maybe he looked at his bank and said, oh. And no, you can't escape a human scout if you have not fighted it first. So the market is done. Will he play from market, sell 200 or 300 food to 100 wood and try to drop a stable as fast as possible? Hey, Andao. Well, as I said, it was a hard night for me. What about you? And yeah, I agree that both players that are around 1100 Hilo are playing strange where the map, you know. They are not optimal play on this map. And Ganker is going to Castle Edge, but without any production building, so he will have to defend his fish with spears, I think. Yeah, he's making some spears, and Max will apply pressure. Coucou ma princesse. Oui, je t'aime. Non, 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 non. Non, putain, Théa, sors de là. Allez, sors. Je t'ai dit non, c'est non. Ah, c'est terrible. So I don't know what he will be able to do at his castle age, because he kinda have nothing, you know, and he's starting to roll weirdly. Also, he lost his scout that could have been a light cav after that, and he isn't fast rolling his wood. He saw scout against scout. If you fast roll, you are quite safe. And he's not fast rolling. Okay, is. You need to repair mate. Okay. And this wheel is like a chameleon, you know. She's camoufle. No, she's. I don't know the English word for that. But like a chameleon. And we're seeing a stable fast now that is rushed. It should have been rushed faster than that. And still no unit produced from this table, so that's a bit problematic, and he's losing so much on that. That was a nice trade for Max. He took 5 heals. And Ganker is falling behind where he should have put and applying pressure on his opponent. But Max managed to click Castle Age fast. He's making a second barrack, okay. I may have wanted to drop a TC with this wheel on the middle and keep spamming lancers because you saw the stable. And drop a second TC on the water to save wood and fishes. Yes, and I'm not sure that Cumant is one of the best pick on this map since he had Dravidians on his draft. But if I wanted to play Cumant, I would probably ignore totally the second TC option as Max is doing on this map, because map how to say that, but map control and middle control is more important than having 10 or 20 wheels more, you know. And we see a cavalry archer switch because he saw the spears. He dropped a second TC on the water, or close to the water at least. He's making some outposts. That's really smart. That outpost is really smart. He will need to look at it, but if he looks at his outposts, that's a smart move, you know. And I think Max is going to CA also. And Fast University should... the micro is really nice. The micro is really nice. Just go back here. Look at this micro. This micro was really nice. It attacked, moved, attacked. At this silo, I wasn't expecting that. Well, now that he knows that he's against a CA plan, he's taking more and more villas. He's playing well. This aggression made by Ganker is kinda nice. So we would see an archer cav duel, probably. But there is a front line of cav on one side and a front line of pike on the other side. Why I am going that fast? Okay. Yeah, I agree. Red at least played the map that it should have been played, you know? I won't say that was very nice, because he failed his build order, he forgot his second boar, and that ruined his uptime, so he could be less aggressive, you know? The micro from Ganker is really nice. And after that, he probably he made some time to recover, you know, from his bad start. So he put a nice aggression, but a late one. If he could have invested a bit more faster, the aggression could have been decisive at this time. But now it is Ganker that is playing well the map, because he's taking all the fishes, maybe a bit too much, you know, but that makes him a food economy that is insane. And Max feels the need to add skirmishers instead of going full CA. But if you are doing that, you need elite skirms and you need your defensive upgrades. This is an upgrade problem on this fight. But yeah, Ganker seems to play the map better than Max, and yeah, GG. The micro from Ganker is quite impressive. At this elo, he's microing better than me. And he even thought about a monastery to take relics. Well, the build order wasn't here at all. And the start of the game wasn't here at all. But since he ulted and since Max feared the fast castle and didn't aggro as much as he should have aggroed his opponent, you know, that let Ganker time when he has repealed the first aggression to just snowball on his micro and his better unit, and with better blacksmith upgrade, you know. He even thought about the bow. I'm quite impressed about Ganker's level on this game. Let's go on the draft, guys. So Morris was played and Turks won against Cumans. We won't see Cumans on Zong. So let's go on the second map. The second map was... I'm searching it. The second map was... Come on, I can't find any Rex. Yeah, the second map was Land Madness. And again, we will see two picks that I wasn't expecting on this map. We'll see a Teutons against a Burgundians. So Land Madness is this map where you have a forest, but you have an unbuildable area around the forest. So you can build, and so that prevents you from walling efficiently your base with forest, but you can still wall with the border of the map. You also have only one bow, and you have a 3 deer pack to compensate the other one, and a forage bush. So you need to scout, but at the early game, the only thing that you will need to absolutely do instead of scouting your opponent, it is bringing back the deers, you know. And oh, come on, yes, he saw them, and here he stopped up by 1 axis. So it's a hard map because you are playing almost without blindly, you know. You don't know what your opponent is really doing, and that can be hard if your opponent is smart enough to propose you something that is not meta, to know that this is happening and how we will do it, you know. For example, here with Burgundians, well, I was hoping that Ganker will make his wood upgrade as fast as he have, but his lumber camp. But with Burgundian, what I expect, for example, is a scout rush. But what can not be expected is a Flemish militia rush on this kind of map, you know. And if you are well sneaky enough, that can totally kill your opponent, you know. Because to counter Flemish militia on this map where you are used to start scout, well, you don't have so much options, you know. You have to go archers, but going archers is quite a long transition, you know. And Flemish militia will have the initiative on the map. So it could have been a nice play for the Burgundians. But wait and see what the opponent, what the man will do. The first boar is already taken, so now we will have an issue if players don't bring back their second boar. Okay, Max is bringing back some deers. Deers that are quite hard to bring back, it seems. And Ganker seems to have done the same with this one, but not with all of his deers. And I don't know why he... Hey Xpravin, nice to see you. Your mate Andao is on Twitch. Well, I wasn't expecting Teutons on this map, especially when you have Persian or Georgian on your draft. And I wasn't expecting Burgundians because he has kittens on his draft. So I am quite disappointed by the picks. But oh no, okay, this is an unconstructible area. Okay. I'm not sure about Ganker's walling. He seems to make lines instead of walls, you know. On Moras, he made the same. Made something like a line, but not a wall, proper wall. That means if the player is here, he cannot really go there, but if he is there, he cannot really go there. But he is like lacking all his economy, and he isn't really protecting anything on his economic, you know? That's a really strange way to wall. Well, at least Max doesn't have forgotten his barrack, so he will be aggressive with a nice cut rush. And Ganker, well, forgot his economic upgrade just for drop his barrack right now, so it will be up late. And yeah, it will have some issue, I think, because we saw that Max was really at ease with his scouts micro. And that means that on the aggression, on the pure aggression, you know, I think Max has the advantage, I think. And a stable now from Ganker. Ganker should definitely watch build orders and learn from build orders, because he's letting his opponent go ahead of him because his build order are bad, you know. If he should have with better build orders and with his micro, he can go very fast at the 1k3, maybe 1k4. But his build order are actually the thing that prevents him from going that high, I think. And working on his build order will help him to have a better hero at the end, you know. And now Max aggression is here. Oh, he cancelled the auto attack. Okay, that's well played. And max economy, farm economy is going here. And it's an economy with horse collar, so it's a better farm economy than his opponent. And you have so much wood income with tutons. Usually you only make 8 on wood because cheaper farms can be fed faster, you know. And I don't know why he stopped. I don't know why he stopped producing scouts on this map, because scouts is everything. You need to harass your opponent. And he's making his forging attack. But his forging attack without any more scouts isn't useful at all. Come on, use your wood, please. You are in a better shape, but you have 600 wood in banks. You need more farms, you know. Again, the micro from Ganker was better than Max's one. But he shouldn't have taken this fight. But his micro by taking it was better. Okay, we have seen some farms, a second stable, a market, okay. And now the scouts with forging can easily take the spear, you know. I would have taken the spear. Yeah, okay, he's taking it. The spears made 3 hits, that's worth it. But yeah, you can defend this with only 1 spears. And that means that there is no defenses here. And so Max will have a huge advantage. Seeing that, Max could want to go with a full feudal age boom, you know, a full feudal age aggression with his 2 stables. He just make bloodlines and the bard scaling armor. And by doing that, just run on this wood and he may just win the game on that, you know. And instead of that, I think we'll just try to go Castle Age faster by selling his wood at the market. He needs to refresh this lumber camp should be refreshed, you know, but okay, he will go to Castle Age then. Ganker sold his stone. That's a risky move to click, but he's clicking faster. And one wheel is falling for Ganker. I think this is a max win, but Ganker seems to like a lot selling resources and to have gold to click. But now what will he do with 800 of wood income? You should take this fight. Oh, he managed to escape? Well, not really. I would have taken this wheel at his place, but okay. So here, Max, you have clicked. You are 1 minute away from your Castle Age timing, and you should have look at your bank. And your bank tells you, oh my god, I have so much wood, I have to do something. Well, the first thing that you can do is not selling wood, is just take 4 wheels, make a mining camp here, and stay with only 5 wheels on wood. Because by the moment you will have spent all your wood, you will just have the possibility to just put a rally point on the wood and well, it will be okay, you know. And instead of that, you are running with 3 stables, but only 5 on gold, so you could have deleted this lumber camp to make a town center here and a town center here, I think. So we will see Burgundian Knights against Teuton Knights. Burgundian Knights have the advantage once they are cavalier, and once they have all their upgrades, forge, blacksmith, sorry. And our command Max is up and didn't drop a TC to protect his gold, so the first knight of Ganker will be there. And oh, come on, he's losing so much right now, Max. And because of Teuton's knight doesn't have his boundary, well, Ganker just have to run, can just run and run and run, and he won't be able to follow them. When you are playing like that, Ganker, think about making forging, because when you do forging, your knight will 4-shot wheels instead of 5. And that's really important. Especially when you have such a good micro of small number of units that as you have, you will have a better impact, a huge impact by doing that. Okay? And we see a monastery to take relics, to have bonuses from Burgundian relics. That was nerfed at the last patch, but still good. And for now, the Teuton Knights are not contested on this map. Is there a hole? No, there is no hole. I don't know why he's not diving to kill this monk. But he's counter-attacking, and counter-attacking is also nice. And the difference between the two players is that Ganker fast-walled his resources, so he's not taking any damage right now from the aggression of Max. But Max is taking damage from the aggression for his opponent, you know? And Max isn't paying attention here. You need to put them on the TC, mate. Okay. And now we will see Cavalier. And Cavalier compensates the lack of bloodline and +2 attack damage. So that means with Cavalier, Burgundian's Knights are more efficient than Teuton's Knights at the same upgrade, blacksmith upgrade, and just compensate well, more than compensate the bonus armor that Teuton Knights have, you know? Oh, this palisade should... Okay. Well, now it's an even match. But since Teuton's Knights had more HP at the start of the fight, so they will win. And this palisade will drop, and those villes will have some issues. The micro again is nice for Ganker. He's microing really better than his opponent. And now that it is on 3 TC, 3 stables, is making an army mass that is hard to counter if you are falling behind. Once the conversion is done, well, stay and fight, you know. You don't run, since you have already made be converted, you know. Oh, he's luring all the Max army and taking a bit of it with that. Oh, that's well played. I would probably hate playing against Ganker. I really have lots of trouble playing against people that have so much APM that they can out micro me like that, you know. And the score backlane is making a great deal, you know. And the number of knights too. He may want his own monks max. Well, first because he doesn't want to let all the relic of on the Burgundian side, you know. But also to convert back some knights because he has conversion reduction, but he doesn't have, his opponent doesn't have this, so... Well, it's a nice win from Max. I wasn't sure about this win since he get raided and didn't use his feudal placement position to do more and more and more damage, you know. But he won this. Let's start on the draft. Up. So Max won the Land Madness with Teutons against Burgundians. Hello Sutra, comment tu vas? On regarde des joueurs entre 1000 et 1100 d'élo à peu près là. Donc on voit qu'il y a moins de connaissances de jeu et moins d'habitude de jeu. Et donc c'est une bonne occasion pour leur donner quelques conseils. Écoute, j'ai passé une nuit terrible. Avec la chaleur, là, je suis resté tard pour voir si je pouvais promener ma chienne et je ne pouvais pas parce qu'il faisait 32 degrés encore à 23h. Donc voilà, en plus cette nuit il m'est arrivé un truc, j'ai une espèce de crampe au mollet qui a pop en plein milieu alors que j'étais en train de dormir sans rien faire. Et sauf que maintenant j'ai mal, je galère à marcher à cause de cette crampe, donc ça a dû me faire une contracture au mollet. le mec qui fait des contractures tout seul. Voilà, c'est moi. Voilà. Donc on va dire que c'était jusqu'à hier, ça, et que quand je me suis réveillé, c'était une nouvelle journée, donc depuis le réveil, ça va mieux. Et ça va être une meilleure journée que ça. Ouais, pourtant j'ai fait quoi 2 litres d'eau hier, je pense. Donc c'est peut-être pas assez vu la chaleur et vu comment j'ai transpiré. Donc je ferai un petit peu plus aujourd'hui. So, yes, we'll go with the third game, guys. The third game will be on Zong. And since we already seen that we won't see humans on Zong, I don't know what player will play. And I don't know how to say about this matchup. Because we are seeing Dravidians and Mayans on Zong. I wasn't expecting that at all. Mayans I understand. Because you have the eagles and but no, I don't understand because the wood will be for order to cut because we remind the objectives of the map is taking the relic back because you can make a priest on the shrine. Priest can cost something like 60 gold and can bring back relic, but shrine can't hold relics on them, so you will need to be castle age to make a monastery to hold relic, but that doesn't mean that you can't fight for them before, you know? And Mayans have a bonus that resources last 15% longer. That means it will make 50% time more for cutting the trees too. So he can't play relic faster than his opponent, that is Dravidian. But I don't also get the Dravidian pick because I don't know where Dravidian should be a strong pick on this map. Well, it's a nice close map because they have elephant archers that are kinda hard to counter. They have nice skirms. They have bombard cannons. Okay. But well, they are not an S tier sieve, you know. I wasn't really expecting this matchup. Well, what's sure about it is if Max managed to have a full elephant, you know, elephant archer, I mean, it will be really hard to counter for Ganker, you know. Ganker won't be able to counter that. Because with Dravidians, usually we will frontline with champions. And Elephant Archer plus champions, I don't know how Maya can deal against that, you know. And they have bombard cannons also. Yeah, but they have no siege engineers. it's a hard matchup for the Maya. So if Max knew that his opponent wanted to play Mayan Sanzong, well, that's a nice pick, a nice counter pick, you know. If not, I don't know why he took Mayans. Anyway, players are not cutting. Well, a Ganker at least is not cutting the trees the way he should have cut it. And Max is neither. So I think we will see a status quo on Relic fight because both players won't be able to cut faster the wood, and they may cut it once in feudal or once at the start of the castle age, you know. I forgot this there, I think, Max. And kill it too fast. You are not in a hurry when you are hunting on a closed map. It's better to have less dying animals than to bring them all back at once, you know. Except with Jerushan, where it doesn't matter at all. But with other thieves, it's important to reduce the amount of food that decays, because you see that they are almost decayed 40 resources right now, and will probably decay before the end 50 or 60 resources. So about 140 food, you will just take 60, 80 probably. So second lumber camp, okay. Max is like his 2 lumber camp build, I think. In each game he made a 2 lumber camp build. We are seeing farms. Just 2 people at gold. He will need a third one if he wants to fast castle with Mayans, because he made loom faster. So he will really need a third ville. So, but if he's not making it, he won't be able to fast castle at the usual timing. That is X pop plus 2. That means you made only 2 villes at the feudal age, and then you click up. And I forgot is this there. I don't know why I forgot it. That's the set of the forgotten things, because Maxis forgot one boar in the first game, and now we're forgotten at the end. But except for the gold income, the fast castle should be okay for Ganker. Well, not really okay, because he made 2 farms more, and so he won't have the wood to build his 2 buildings to click. So we will start with the market. And now he sees that he have no wood, so he should first drop this to have the wood to build the blacksmith. But, well, it won't change anything because... Oh, he's ousted. He's ousted. And he has no gold yet to click, because he's... Oh, that was a huge mistake. He will need to sell something. Probably wood. If he's just for dropping his wood, he sells the wood and clicked. Or he waits. But he's still on 25 on 25. So much idle. Well, the build was kinda nice before that, you know? The deer is taken, and we will see a stable blacksmith opening for Max. So Max will play the relic at the castle age with scouts. And I don't know what Ganker will do, but Ganker doesn't seem to know well the map, you know. He may want to boom, but he won't be able to boom since he doesn't have drop enough lumberjack. So he won't have enough wood to drop 2 TC. He will only have the possibility to drop 1, probably here, I think. And that's because he made too much farms, you know. With the 2 vills that made the farms should have just stayed on the berries, and he would have the food to collect. And spend less wood on that. Could have making have a more better timing castle age, you know. And yeah, as I said, both player doesn't have opened their shrine. I'm not sure that they know that can do that. We're seeing a priest, so he knows. He knows, but he forgot making an house during his castle time upgrade, so he's housed, still housed, and he didn't have cut his forest yet. So we'll see a second TC on the stone, and maybe a third one here, though. The eagle will get killed, so... And Maxis will make a TC at the outside of his base to secure a side and secure a big wood line, you know. And we see a monastery, so maybe player will make... I think that we have not seen any barrack, and he's making scale armor, but I don't know why, because he doesn't have any barrack, you know. Only make upgrades, not in prevision of what you want to do later, just make it when it's useful, you know. And right now, this wasn't useful to make this upgrade here, and 2 barracks. And you want to drop a TC here, so I'm not sure that barrack is nice. And third TC at the opposite. Well, if you are doing that, you will need to wall here and here, you know, to protect them, because you are expanding, but you can't really expand right now, you know. If your opponent were on a all-in play, because you don't have scouted anything on this base, so you are not seeing that if he's taking some stone, if he's making army or anything like that. There is a ship here. Oh, Ganker forgot one of these ships. And so that means that, well, you can't, without knowing what your opponent will do, you can't really expand like that. So yes, we will have a house wall here, okay. That will make 10 minutes to pop, but okay. And we'll see a drop castle from Ganker. Where will he go with his castle? Okay, a first safe castle on the middle of the map. The eagle should win the scouts because... Oh, that's a nice wall. You have really nice APM Ganker. So this is our first castle on the map. But that means that will we see plumes? I don't know. And because Maxis didn't make any priest and didn't make the effort to cut the correct trees at first, he will probably... I see 1 relic more taken. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so yes, he will be able to take all the relic, but he should have been prevented by the eagle. But he's lucky enough to not be. So now what will be interesting to do is knowing what the players will do. We have a 30C, more Eagles upgrade. Where are the Eagles? Don't see, I see 2 of them there and 2 of them there, okay. Max is dropping some farms to have a better food economy. And we'll see a siege workshop. So that means Ganker will want to play aggro against his opponent. And Max will really need to scout that because, well, he can think about it because he saw the +1 armor defense on the Eagles first. But by seeing the castle, he should expect plumes, you know. And seeing an eagle ram push right now isn't what he's expecting at all. And we are seeing that, well, actually, he doesn't make any answer to that, so I don't know why. And we'll see a siege tower. So the siege tower will make the opportunity to the eagles to be dropped in the base. And that will be hard for a hard time for Max, you know, because he won't be able to. Oh, he's making loom. And yeah, we will see a full eagle play, and Max will need a castle. And if he has a castle, he has the perfect answer to eagle, that is Urumi. Urumi are making blast damage with their charge attack. So if you have 4 or 5 Urumis, eagles won't like it, you know. Okay, will Max react? Max isn't reacting at all. Max isn't reacting at all. Max, please react. Max, please do something. Max? Max? Okay. He need to buy 100 of stone, but he doesn't have any market, it seems. And he's going elephant archer against that? Why are you going elephant archer against that? And why Ganker is attacking the shrine? Aïe, Pito. Comment tu vas? And we'll see another castle right here. Maybe could have dropped the ville inside with the siege turret and drop his castle here, knowing that for now is not contested, you know. And Max should drop his own castle. I don't know why he's not dropping his own castle. It is clicked imp, some ring, okay. But you need a castle, Max. Please do a castle. Okay, he is making his own castle. And with the Imperial Age timing that he will have... Merde, rien de grave, Python. En tout cas, j'espère, rien de grave. Okay, both castles are upped, but Max is close to Imperial Age when Ganker is not, so Max will have the advantage and will be able to unpush this castle, you know. Ok. Bah, prends soin de toi, écoute, Apito. Puis si t'as envie de conseils ou de trucs sur eux, tu sais où me trouver. And another raid from Ganker. But now the Elephant Archer have ballistics, so the raid will be less efficient. I think Max forgot his boundary on his Cavalry Archer, on his Elephant Archer. So they are a bit sloppy like my IPM. But they will deal with this easily. And now that he's imp, no, conscription is not the first thing you have to do. The first thing you have to do is a trebuchet. Trebuchet is more important than everything else. And then you don't need armor infantry upgrade. You need Bourassa first and chemistry. Chemistry is good. I think you can kill this Mangonel with the castle, but you may have clicked on the castle. Anyway, we have maybe the best unit that Mayans will have lots of trouble to counters. So I don't know how he will manage to do that, Ganker, and if he will manage to do that. Please attack with your trebs, Max. Please. I'm asking you kindly. Attack with your treb, please. Elite Eagles with +4 defense, plus probably Eldorado soon? Oh, it's not. It was called... No, all cans. Eldorado is a Aztec one, maybe? No, it was a Mayan one that was called Eldorado, the tech. And the tech was renamed to all cans. Okay. Because Aztec one was Glorious War or something like that. And he's making some hand cannoneers to drop behind his walls. If he had another castle, he could have tried to go with Urumis. Urumis would just kill Eagle's horde, you know. You need to repair that, because if he enters, it will be quite bad. Tech was clicked, medical corp to regenerate from life. Oh yes, it was teched. So his elephant are a pain in the ass to counter, but they also regenerate, you know. It's really strong tech. And now we will see Elite Elephant Archer and Infantry tech, so he's planning to go with an infantry play. And he has a full hand cannoneer back lane, so this is a Max win. Well played, Max. I'm not sure about Ganker's pick or North strategy here, but okay. It was a nice game for Max. Yeah, seeing elephant is always enjoyable. And we may have Persian on the last map. Oh, no, there was only 1, 2, so it's not probably the last map. But we may see Persian. At least Dravidian won against Mayans. I expected this duel on Moras, you know? Because I think they are 2 strong Civ on Moras. And I don't know why they picked them on Zong. I don't really know why they picked them on Zong, but well. So I forgot to drop the Ganker on Zong. So we'll see, probably bypass or not. We will see cost to mountain first. We'll see cost to mountain, and that means that Ganker choose to pick cost to mountain instead of his home map. And I was expecting Tatars against Portuguese or Burmese. And we will have Persians against Burmese. Both players choose to make their TC right away. Okay. Personally, I prefer making it here to have a more reliable wood income at first to make my dock faster and fishes faster, but that's my personal choices, you know, not the way you should absolutely play the map. But if you are making your town center in the middle of the map, you really need to bring back one rhino really fast, you know? And what will be interesting to see, so we have a rhino here. What will be interesting to see if Ganker goes, or if Max goes faster to a dock, because it doesn't need houses at first, because you have already 3 houses on the map. So with Persian you can make your dock and a fish without even dropping a house. So that's really important in this build order, the 3 houses you have on the map. And it seems that both players forgotten it, because they are all made 1 houses where they couldn't just drop no houses at all, you know, right now. And instead of going with a dock, we will see a lumber camp here. Na, 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 na. What are they searching? Oh, he managed to block it. He will die. Will he die? No, well played. Well, that was well played. He managed to save it. Don't know why Max is making so much houses, because probably doesn't want to get housed, but please, you don't need to have 20 pop ahead, you know. And he will bring back some ostrich with his wheel. Well, he should just shoot it. Okay. And starting to roll that fast, and still no docks. Guys, there is a fish area on the map. That's not decoration, you know? When you are looking at a map, you must think about the map, about how you will be able to use all the resources available to do your objective the faster you can, you know? That's a talonette. A double talonette on this. Oh, come on. Double talonette from Ganker. It may be at the same level of the mistress talonette about this specific move that's letting your veil die on board. Talonette made the absolute record, the absolute highlight, you know, about that is 5 veils dead under 1 bow. There is a clip on Twitch if you are curious about it. at the beginning, and that's why that move was called a talonnet. Losing ville on board is called in France as a talonnet. Well, maybe it isn't known well right now about that, but yeah. 3 years ago, we used to call that a talonnet, and I always call that a talonnet. We have seen the first fishes, and this tree can be cut. You just cut the tree, then drop a palisade on it to prevent it from well, that will cut it and make him disappear, you know, instead of making all that pass each time. That is making lose some efficiency, you know. Just cut it, drop a palisade on it, and then you remove the palisade and the trees down, you know. Max is making loom on the map. I don't know why, because you don't start with a scout. We start with a back-trained camel. The back-trained camel have no attack. So if you are making loom, is that because you are expecting a land play from your opponent? But I usually won't click with loom. Okay, he blocked his fisherman because the houses prevent him from going to the dock, and the fisherman won't be able to walk and to bring back food. So we'll need to cut the trees, but I'm not sure that he knows how to do. So yes, usually you won't go with he deleted the houses instead. Okay. That's a way. Okay, so Max may want to fast castle because he's taking wood. He stopped taking almost food. You have already 2 villes. He will lack food if he wants to fast castle, so maybe we'll make some aggression before, like a stable or something like that. Yeah, okay. And we have a monotarms, but the monotarm is targeting a empty area, you know. Well, this was scout. So is he waiting for the monotarm upgrade? Yeah, he will wait. And the blacksmith is dropped, and we will see a castle age click. Alright, he wait even after the monotarm click. Deuxième écurie. Le faire sous le chameau ennemi, la deuxième écurie, c'est quand même ballsy, quoi. C'est pour dire, vas-y, je vais faire des chevaliers, t'as juste à faire des piquets, mec, y a pas de problème. Je pense que ça a été vu, hein. En vrai, avec les manatars... Oh, ça fait... I don't know how much time I speak French. Okay, this has been seen, and I think you should have eaten the hut. The hut have no armor at all, and only 500 HP compared to the houses, so that can drop really fast, you know. And you can just kill houses. Well, if your opponent doesn't have 20 houses ahead his population space, it's a smart move, you know. So Castle Age for Max. And Ganker says GG because he didn't have clicked, maybe. I don't know why GG right now. Well, you have clicked. You have clicked, he has spears. It's a bit an early GG, you know? It's an early GG. But well, that's the game, and Ganker choose to say GG about that. Okay. So the set is over. We won't have seen another elephant war. Persian once against Burmese, and that's a shame because Ganker didn't even play his first pick, Portuguese. So the set is... so I will check if I have another set to cast. I will just make you wait a bit on the BRB screen the time I'm checking out another set, and I will be back. Well, guys, I won't cast another set. I may do some ladder games instead. Or I may cast Morg against Salty Chobos. Wait, I will make a pool on Twitch. If I know how to do that. You have 1 minute to participate if you want. To know if I go on ladder, but if I go on ladder it will be in French, and or if you want me to cast another set, I can cast a Salty Chobos against Morg. But I will probably cast it in French because Salty understands French, I think. I'm not sure about it, so I may cast it in English. Well, guys, if you are not willing to vote, you will go with a set from Baron Morg von Midgard against Salty Chobo. Thank you for your participation in the vote. So I will go with this set. I will prepare the draft and the games. Seems to be a short. Let's see about it. Guys, we are on the draft. The new draft, so I just need to make an announcement. No casting Morg against Salty. I'm not sure. I remember Salty Chobos speaking French a bit and understand it, but I'm not sure that he speaks fully French, so I will stay in English on this cast. And it seems that I have the... Come on. Winter makes me play with so strong people on the Arabia French Cup. Oh, come on. So sorry, I was a bit... so I don't remember if he speaks enough French to follow a French cast, so I will go it in English. So... First map Zimbabwe, the player seems to have drafted well with the correct ban category. We have a Moras and a Stranded pick, and an Arena and Land Manes pick. And about the picks on the Civs, we'll have a Khmer, probably on Land Manes. Khmers can be good on Land Manes and on Moras. Chinese is so strong on Stranded that I don't see another pick. Japanese on Moras, probably. That lets Arena and Zimbabwe. And Britons, I think it's for Arena. And probably Muisca for Zimbabwe, I think. And you don't play Magars. And for Salty. Gorjara seems to be for Land Manes. I think it's a so strong sieve on Land Manes, but it's also a so strong sieve on Moras. But on Moras you have Wu. Wu on Stranded too, or Vikings on Stranded. Wu on Moras maybe? Or Malians. Malians can be played on Moras. And you will play Portuguese, maybe on Arena. And that left one of those picks on Zimbabwe instead of playing them on Zimbabwe. Can be nice with starters. I would go for like that for the both player. And I need to change the title of the stream. So Salty Chobos. That was the table. Level 17. Okay. Morg against Salty Chobos. Okay, let's look at this set, guys. We have the games. Refresh it. Okay. Let's go on Zimbabwe, guys. And on Zimbabwe, we will see Khmers against Viking. I am so bad at guessing what civ people will take on the map. I don't know why Khmers on this map when you have Land Madness, where Khmer is probably one of the best pick on the map. And I don't know why Vikings when you have Stranded, where Vikings are probably one of the best pick on the map too. So sorry guys. So let's see about the map. The map is, as I said, always in 3 parts. You know, you have one major part of food income here that should be important at Dark and Feudal Age, because you want to bring back all this enough on your base. You have a gold part here, gold and stone part with a huge hill. So you want really to drop castle on the higher hill to protect your resources and to win late game wars, you know. And you have a wood part at the back of your base that is a safe spot for dropping a TC. And usually you try to drop the TC close to the zebra to have a better food income. Viking is not the base choice at all. I don't know why he picked Viking. I don't really understand why the Viking picks. I don't find Viking that. No, I was saying that Viking is probably one of the best pick on Stranded. The one of Morg's on map, you know. And Khmer is probably the best pick on Land Madness, one of Salty Chobo's map. So I don't understand the matchup right now. Okay, Morg is bringing back one elephant from the middle of the map, and he managed to do it very well. So at least he's playing the map. Salty Chobos isn't playing the map for now. I don't get why people are so... Well, I get why they are not taking those... Yes, okay. Salty wants to do a meal here. He's making Loom to prevent him from losing Vils on the Croco, because Croco have a charge attack that is really insane. And so he's making Loom to go there, and he will just take food from there. But you should care, because as a Khmer, you can really fast making a stable. If you sing this, you can make a stable very fast and do some scouts to prevent you from taking everything. Okay, he's bringing back another elephant. That seems so. At least both players are playing the map differently, but they are playing with the resources of the map, so I am happy with that, you know? Yeah, he's blocking with the scout. That's well played from Morg. Okay, now he will take the rhino from there. Okay. So, what we will expect from both player? Morg didn't take any gold, but he may see the dead rhino, so he may think about making some scouts. That's maybe why he clicked earlier than his opponent. Well, at the same time, at least. But he's not taking any gold, so he won't do a fast castle. Especially when with Khmer you want to go, you want to build your feudal age later, and since you doesn't need your building, you can just chain feudal age and castle age at the same time, you know. So the build order is different as a Khmer, but you need gold to click. And we see a stable, so that was what I was expecting, because you probably have seen the wheels and the dead body here, the dead rhino. 2 stables. Okay. Morg wants to hit his opponent. And now he's thinking that, oh come on, I forgot totally to take my gold, so I will take some gold. And he will make some scout to counter that, to try to kill this area. He will need more wood in order to go with his wood, his farm upgrade and some farms, you know, because he will have soon no food at all under his TC. He's going with the vision upgrade. Why? The vision upgrade just works on buildings, not on units, you know. And this will be quite hard. Yes, and he obviously saw the micro isn't very well from Morg, but he killed 4 villies. And he can kill the scout too. He has 1 more scout here and 2 more that are coming. Well, he will die with his scout. But you have 3 more scouts. This one seems to be forgotten, and he's still making more and more scouts. And yeah, this will is dead too. And he wanted to, Salty Chobo wanted to bring back more wheels to this food, so but he can't now. And now he doesn't have any map control, so he won't be able to leave the safety of his base until he has some more units on the field. So dropping a castle forward will be harder, and Morg have a great and huge will count advantage, you know. But he's still feudal age, so if Salty Chobos manage to do a castle forward or something that can make him have a huge impact with a strong military unit for him. It can be hard for Morg to counter it, and we'll see a castle. I hope he won't try to take it forward, or he will play it safely here. And we may see something like 2 bombers and 2 berserks, but right now, he doesn't have any food. He has only 2 villies on food here, and that's not enough. And I don't know why he's taking so much wood instead of taking more food, you know? So right now, Salty Chobos is in a bad spot because he has no food, he has no farm, and he's idling everything. He really needs more food income, and Morg with his gambit, you know, to make lots of scouts for taking the map control. Well, his gambit worked because Salty goes on this area but without any protection, you know. We have a monk, and I won't find this safe going out with this monk, but it seems to be the point in there. Oh, this ville is not efficient at all. Come on, look at that. %22% of efficiency. And Morg will be Castle Age with a nice and great economy. He is taking stone, so he will make his own castle. And with his own castle and 1 or 2 TC more, he will just have a huge lead on his opponent. The only way his opponent can find to have more advantage is manage to take all relics, but it's hard against scouts. And now the Berserk are seen, and as you know that Berserk have a bonus is that they are regenerating. So if you're not killing them right away, well, they will just go back with full HP, you know. And that's why Berserkers are such a great unit. Oh, that was a nice change. Very well played from Salty Chobo that he changed the focus on the charge of the conversion to the other scout. That was so smartly played. But, well, even with that, this monk will die. Probably. Yeah, he will die. So we have a castle dropped. We are making some economic technologies. We are lacking a lot of wood for Mid Baron, but he has so much on gold. He should look at his economic count on the top of his screen and look at the fact that he have maybe inverted the ratio between gold and wood taken, you know. and we'll see a ram push, but a ram push against Khmer isn't really easy to do that. And even if you have berserkers, with your rams you will need to drop push like that, and that push here you may need 5 or 6 ram. It's a huge economic investment on this push, and if your push isn't viable, well, you will just lose the game. So you have to make this push work. So you will need to do and to invest all what you got, you know, in order to make this push. And Morg has it Imperial Age with 45 vil only. It didn't have make another TEC. That's a risky move from Morg. Morg should have going with more economic, more TECs, and just boomed, because Viking will have lots of trouble to kill. Will have lots of trouble to kill heavy scorpions, Khmers, because Khmer scorpions have one more range than Onagers. Well, with Siege and Engineer they have the same range, I think. And we're trying to go for a push with only 4 rams, and we're making berserk. I'm not sure the push will work, but let's see. We have a ballista elephant that won't be of great use right now. And he saw the castle, so he will try to push another way than the castle is. And he will... No, he's not losing, he's... Okay, you have more rams coming in, but pushing from there, it's a bad idea, because you don't want to push where you can re-wall that easy, you know? But if you are doing that, well, you can range the elephant with your rams, and rams are making lots of damage to elephants like that. And yeah, he's body blocking. The push is not wise. He should have just pushed here, even with the castle, because just like that, he's just giving all his rams, and we will see a Mongo, and the Mongo will kill everything. This Mongo shot was insane. This one is insane too, and the trap almost worked. That was a nice try. If the trap worked, it would have been insane, you know. But the push is stopped, and that's what wanted Morg, you know, because this push could have been scary. And now the 5 ram left, they have only 10% HP, less than 10% HP. So Morg will be quite on an easy way, you know. He just need to go with a trap right now and start trapping his opponent castle. And we see a full reparation of those rams that will cost a lot. And almost no economic upgrade for Salty Shobo. That means that his push that cost him so much wasn't efficient at all. And so he prevented him from clicking Imperial Age, from having his economic upgrade, and from having everything. That kind of push, you need to make them impactful. If you are not making them impactful, you are falling behind all the game long. And a castle to close will make to close off the side will make that trebuchet can hit you from the other base, you know. But if you are putting your castle back, Well, Trebuchet would have the malus heal damage, and your castle will hold longer, you know? That's a mistake for going with a castle right here. We are seeing an Imperial Age timing. And what will you do against Ballista Elephant? The only answer he has is, well, that's not really known, but Siege Ram answer very well to Ballista Elephant, especially with Siege and General upgrade, but also Onaigers answer well, because they have a bonus against Siege, and this is Siege, you know. So our Ram have a 40 bonus damage against Siege weapon, and Siege Ram I don't know how much. That means that they are making 40 damage to a Ballista Elephant and tanking a lot. So our Ram kills a Ballista Elephant in 1v1. Well, the Berserk. Oh, he's trying to search for the village. Hopefully, he has a great timing. Baron has a great timing of TC dropping here, and he's trying to raid with the Berserkers. But he will have some trouble in his defense. And we'll see capped Ram. And still no military and land unit, except that he will have really needed to add at least his own pikes or something like that. Because capped Ram won't be able to counter light calves, you know. Capped Ram is done, so that's pass the bonus damage to 50, and that makes an area of damage. Blast WIDTH, WIDTH. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's a blast radius, you know. Pikeman upgrade, more barracks. That's probably a call, you know, and you drop your pikemen on your ram and you try to go forward with them and try to kill everything like that. Those berserk have the maximum defensive upgrade, so they are really tanky to arrows. So they may kill 20 vills. Will we see the ram push against that? I don't know. Seems that we will see it. And he needs to target first the mangonels with his rams, and then once he have targeted the mangonels, he could kill all the elephant. Come on, just eat, just go, please go. Eat. Oh, why are you just running on the mangonels, you know? He's not hitting any elephants with his siege damage? Why? I thought he knew that. He knew that Ram had bonus damage against elephant, siege elephant, ballista elephant, you know? But he seems to didn't know that. And that's just a guess that wasn't... Well, he didn't use them well. And we are seeing Salty Chobo is starting to get over APM by his opponent. But at least Berserkers have made such a huge damage here. And there is 5 more here that could make also the same damage. I would just go forward with the game because I think that Salty will give up soon. We're seeing a drop castle here. The drop castle won't pass. So we have some raids. Barracks are made right now, but still no castle for Salty Shobos, and since he is making only berserks, and he has no food income, but he's not managing at all to drop some farms neither. We have Siege Engineer, that is a nice upgrade. And yeah, it will be GG. I don't know how Salty can come back in the game, especially if he's not making any farms. And those 5 berserkers that are staying idle here. Okay, he's trying to go with a farm economy. But he lost so much. He had 20 or 30 will advance, and now he has 30 behind, you know. He was 20 ahead and now 30 behind. And Berserkers doesn't answer well to Ballista defense. And we are still lacking all the important upgrades like Ballista, double crossbow, that makes Elephant Archer, Elephant Ballista and Scorpions it twice with twice projectile, you know. I didn't. He just made Siege Engineers, but he then made Elite Elephant Ballista. And he has no defensive upgrades at all on his elephant, neither. And now you see the double crossbow. And it's GG. Well played from Morg. I don't get why players took Zeus Sieve on this map, but well, it worked for Morg, and it doesn't work for Salty Chobos. So we may see an arena or a land madness, and it will be a land madness since there is no Khmers for Morg. I think it will be Magyar then. And I planned Gurjaras. So I expect Mayans Gurjaras. And we are seeing Magier starters. I don't get white starters here either. Maybe because he has a bonus on the ships, so his ship will last longer. That will reduce the nerf of the food income that you have on this map. And so you will be able to farm a bit later. It's maybe for that. But I think Goja is far better on this map than Tortoise. So Land Menace is map. Well, we already casted it. You can build on this area, on the gray area. You can, well, there is at least one tile where you can build on the gray area. So that makes walling harder, because you would have liked or enjoyed to wall something like that, and like that, and like that, and you can't. So if you want to wall like that, you will need to take from the side, go in front of the forest, and then cut. So it makes a large wall to be full walled. And Morg have a such terrible map. You have a lot of minerals and farm that he can place behind his base and space, but he has no wood at all. But he has a nice wood lane here and a nice wood lane here. So I would have preferred, I think, a wood lane around this corner. But that's an hard map to play on this map, I think. And what about Salty Chobo's map? Salty Chobo's map is maybe better. It can wall from this side to these houses, and maybe be able to wall on this side and just go like that, you know? And that could have let him, with a gold mine, a place to farm, but not a nice place to farm. So he will have trouble by putting so much farm on his place. But he could save this wood lane on, like that, by doing that. But it will be hard. Both players are bringing back the ideas. They have already taken the boars. So let's see how they will manage to do that. But as I said, scouting, well, you would prefer to scout on this map, and you can't scout really, because you need to bring back those deers, you know? And that means you don't know where your opponent is, and, well, that makes harder scouting his opponent, and makes harder the hiding strat, easier hiding strats, you know? But if you're going for man at arm, for example, you will need to scout where your opponent is, or choose to go randomly around the map with your man at arms, and probably go and miss your opponent, you know? So there is no correct answer on that map, but scouting is really the hard part, and players seems to want to bring back extra deers from extra pack instead of scouting what are their opponent doing. And we have a bit less idling for Morg. No, a bit more idling, but he skipped Loom. That's a dangerous move, skipping Loom. And once Salty will have his 8 wheels, I think, on the wood, he will just wall like that and like that to prevent scouts from going on his wood line. You have made 2 on gold, so he won't play scout, he won't open scout. He will open archers. If you don't want to open archer, you don't want to drop to drop gold that fast, you know? So it's an archer opening against a scout rush opening. An archer opening, well, if you manage to be fully walled, can be really dangerous. But you need to be fully walled to make it work, you know? And I'm not sure that you will be fully walled. So I think it's a bad idea. If you are not walling with the side of the map, the archer opening is weaker for me. And scout will be seen. Archer will be seen. So and we will see Magia Scout and second stable. So yeah, a Baron wants to hit again hard and fast his opponent, and he doesn't want to let him to build an archer mass that will prevent him from going from taking fight. So he will build a fast scout mass, but the second stable is a bit early. Par contre, sur le câble de casque en plus. Je peux pas te le voir. He made a bit earlier because he can't have a food income that let him produce on his two stable. He should have made more farms first, something like 8 farms, and then making the second stable or the blacksmith, you know. We're seeing actions. 2 spears, 2 archer. Salty Chobot needs to be impactful, so he needs to bring them at the forward, you know. If you bring them forward and manage to hit a bit the wood lane, it can be huge. But that means having walling your economy, fast walling, you know, or resource walling, you know. The spear isn't eating. Oh yeah, that's a nice. That was a nice call, a nice catch from Salty Chobos. And so he needs to. He just cleaned his army, opponent army, so he needs to go forward. And if he go forward, he can have a huge impact on the opponent, but he's not going forward. I don't know why. Maybe he's scared, but if he's scared, he will just lose his momentum, you know. And the momentum is the most important thing you need to master on this game. And right now he's losing it. And by losing his momentum, he will let his opponent have the time to make all the upgrades needed, drop his economy, his stable economy, make probably a blacksmith, bloodlines, have more scouts, you know, and you won't be able to perform with your army because you invested or take better fight early and you didn't snowball on it. It's like the ladder game I made yesterday, I think. If you remember, well, I was Chinese and my opponent snowballed me on my greediness of doing scams, you know, and my lack of skill by countering a man-at-arm. And he didn't let the advantage, you know, fade. He used the momentum to keep me out of my gold, and he killed me like that, you know. And I think Chobot just lost all his archers right now. And he lost his momentum. That's what I said about momentum. Momentum is important, you know. And what we are seeing here is that, well, he totally lost momentum. He let his army, didn't group his army to go forward, so he just gets sniped piece by piece. That's really well played from Morg about the sniping of the army and the fight engage it took. But that's poorly played from Salty Shobo, I think, at first, you know. We would like another lumber camp here to maximize efficiency of your ville. And now that we have bloodlines +1, soon +1 scouts, it will be really hard for Salty Shobo without an archer mass to have an impact on this. And I think you will be red and killed to the death, you know, because I'm not sure how you can counter this. Even by producing spears, you will need spear with a defensive upgrade, and you will need to be walled to protect yourself, but he can't wall, or he's not walling at least. Morg took the hill. Okay, only one scout is eating the spears, but now two. And he can just be raided to the death, you know. Meanwhile, Morg is dropping a stable food economy. I think he's searching for deers at the middle of the map. It's not really stable. But he's making a nice food income from his lack of, without using lots of wood. So it's nice. He can produce. He's adding a third stable. And yeah, I don't know how Salty Chobos can handle this game, you know. The spears are here. The spears need to be sniped first. And then the Vil are just making 1 damage to scouts. No, 2 damage to scouts. With bloodlines, that means 33 hits to kill a scout. That means a lot. And another scout raid, and as I said, he will just be raided to the death because he is not fully walled. Should have walled here and walled here, you know. And without that, you can't really play Archer on this map. That's a 5 villager kill, 5 villager lead. Wheelbarrow is done, but it will be only a 3 villager lead at the end because he has so much idle TC for Morg, you know. And now he's going to the gold, so we will see a Castle Age. He will try to go Castle Age. And Salty Chobo have so much wood and he's not using it at all, you know. Now he seems to saw it and just bring back farmers. When Pito on the fight here, something like 5 scouts against 2 spears, 2 archer, and all villies. That will be now full fight. I don't know how he managed to survive that well. I would have lost everything on this fight, you know. We have seen stables forward, 4 stables. Now we will just try to click Castle Age and just keep producing scouts during the castle transition and game is won. But you need to click Castle Age, mate. Okay, Castle Age is clicked. And I think that Morg is a bit too in a hurry. You know, he just clicked Castle Age. He doesn't need to take any fight that will make him less efficient at the Castle Age. You know, just have to back. Be at Castle Age, take light cav. The scale, not skateboarding. I don't know the chainmail armor. I think it's called. And game is over, you know, because there is no way that army can deal with a Castle Age army. Morg is using well the resources on the map. That's nice. It's a bit risky, but since he has the advantage, he can do that, you know. And again, he's playing on his mobility. The army of Salty Chobo is over-positioned because he's not walled, so he's using his mobility to make lots of veil kills. And we have a huge advantage right now for Salty Chobos, for Morg on the map. And I would like to see the chain boarding armor, and I would like to see light cav upgrades. And with those two upgrades, just go and kill the opponent army. You know, that's what will happen, I think. And once this army will be dead just before Castle Age timing, game is over. You know. Well, he can't even go under the teeth. He doesn't care about it. But he should just patrol. He didn't patrol, so he made some mistakes, but he will clean everything. And once everything is clean, all the villas that are not in the town center or world will die. And that's GG. Well played from Morg. I'm not sure you want to continue this game, Salty Chobos. Well, I will just go fast to because the game is over, and I will need to go to cook after that. So Pikeman upgrade is nice, but a bit late, and he has entered to the wood. He has entered here too. Now there are knights, not light cavs coming in. Okay, GG. Well played from Baron. And Salty just didn't walled. If he were full walled, he could have go and attack his opponent. But since he wasn't walled at all, he just had to stay defensive, you know. And if he was going to be offensive, Scouts are winning in the trade-based operation. So, well, you can't. That's why if you are going to Archer on this map, just be fully walled, you know. So it's a win for Magyars. Probably one of the best Evils on Land Madness. He had two nice picks for Land Madness against Tartars. That was I was expecting them on Zong, you know, on Zimbabwe. I mean. So we'll see a third game. The third game will be Moras. So Salty Chobos decide to play Baron's map. An interesting pick, you know. When you are picking a map from your opponent, it's because probably you want to. You're saying, okay, I need to kill it to pick his own map and beat him on his own map to end probably on my own map. That's because you may not want to just win your own map. You want to win the set. So you are telling yourself that, well, okay, I'm not picking my home map. I will keep it for this end, and if I manage to start with the reverse sweep, you know, I will have a huge advantage, both mental and both both on the home map, because I will be on a win streak. My opponent will lose his two home maps, and so that will make me powerful, you know. So that's a call for Celtic Chobot. He's trying to win the set. And that's not a give up, you know. Taking an opponent home map when you are led 2-0 is a nice strategic choice. And if you don't care, because I made the same thing against Helicol, and I just get raped 3-0 instead of going on 2-2, you know. But if you doesn't care about your ego of losing 3-0, it's a nice call to do. If you care about your ego, or if you have no chance at all of winning the set, well, just play your own map, because you will want to take at least one game from your opponent, you know. So we see a Wu against Japanese. Wu Manatarm regenerate. Japanese Manatarm hit faster, hit harder, but mostly faster. Japanese has a nice economic bonuses that makes his mill and lumber camp and mining camp cost less. Okay, and that means that he will gain at least 150 wood, one for mining camp, one for lumber camp, and one for mill. Okay, at least. And Wu will have plus 55 food on his barrack, and also on his archery range, and maybe another building that he will make. So it will make something like plus 110 resources at least, starting feudal age. So it doesn't compensate Japanese bonuses, but it's quite nice, you know. I think in the matchup I prefer Japanese until the Imperial Age, where I will prefer probably Wu, because they have a sitting tiger and a lot of and with his trebuchet that will be really hard to counter for Japanese. But until then, I think I prefer Japanese. I think there is idol here. Salty is making so much wood investment. He's making a mill, a mining camp really fast mining camp. He may won't be able to click. He may won't be able to click after loom, because he only have, he lacks 100 resources. So we'll have to do more villas, you know. And that's because probably he made his lumber camp his mining camp too fast, with 2 villas on the mining camp. So hi Sherar, how are you? So he's making he's ruining his economic uptime, you know, by doing that. And I think the mining camp is far too earlier to the build order, you know. If he had built the barrack, he could have clicked because of the plus 55 bonuses, you know. Comment tu vas, Chirard? T'es prêt pour ta branlette demain soir ou comment ça se passe? Baron is making a Monotom. Japanese Monotom that will hit Horde. Salty will make his own Monotom, but not sure he's scouted. And where is Salty? Why he is scouting this area? I don't know. His scout should be here with his Monotoms to defend the aggression he will take. And again, more skipped loom at the feudal age, at the dark age. That's really odd. That can be punished so hard, you know. And that aggression is nice. Now that we have a 4 Monotom Japanese, and well, without his scout and without Monotoms, we'll have to fight with his Veil, but Monotoms that will make so much losses, you know, is over microing, so his Monotoms and units are just running and trying to hit. He lost so much. Game is over. Right now, game is over. And we didn't talk about Baron build order, but Baron played very well, and he's making another barrack here. So he really wants to hit hard his opponent. And the build order was kinda nice, you know, for at his level. We may have wanted, instead of another barrack, a 4 archery range, because he had the wood to do it. And adding archer to Monotoms will be so much efficient against another player, but it seems that with the impact the Monotoms add, it's enough, you know. And we'll see our archery range, but we will need a blacksmith, and we'll need a better resources, but we already lost 5 vills for Salty Chobos, so it will be hard to contest that kind of play, that amount of play. We will enjoy to see a blacksmith. Since he's going on full infantry play, he will need a blacksmith and his defensive upgrades in order to really snowball the game, you know. Orson is made, okay. We really want to eat. Salty Chobos is making more Monotom, that's the right move. And Orchard, and if he manages to have a combo, he can contest this, you know. But he will need to have a combo, and he will need to save his archery that he's making right now. Okay, he's walling his Veil, that's smart. And with Monotoms and Archer, he will repeal the Monotom push from Baron. Unless Baron is making his forge, his blacksmith upgrade. Hello Aria, merci pour le lurk. Comment tu vas aujourd'hui? So it will be hard for more to keep having an impact if those archers start by having fletching, and if blacksmith upgrades are made. But it seems that he will manage to have a huge impact on the wood also. And this army may die. Fletching is found. We may have wanted also the defensive infantry upgrade. The heal is taken. And he's biking. Oh no, not that micro Salty Chobos. And the Monotom have won the wood, so. And we have blacksmith, scale mail armor is made, so. it's a bit of panic for Salty Chobos. His reprod is here. He isn't bringing it to the fight, but he starts to have at least 4 archers and 2 man at arms. He can contest. He can start to contest, but he doesn't have any blacksmith upgrade on infantry. And Morg start to having it. Morg took also stone. That was smart to start adding towers to his push and to his defense. And with these 2 towers, he has secured that large area of fish. That's nice. Well, I'm not sure that 6 archer will be enough to kill that. You need to bring villies on the tower. And not use them as tanks. If you use them as tanks, well, Morg is so happy with that, because killing vills is all that you want. And killing your archers is also all what you want. So you need to hit and run with your archers and save your vill in the watchtower. And I think that kind of map, well, the stable transition is bad. He should have made another archer range and go with full archer, because his opponent is just going with full man at arms, you know. He start transitioning. He may want to send some skirms, but know that he prevent his opponent from getting on the middle of the map, and there is 17 Vil lead, 17 Echo KD and Vil lead too. So objective is complete, and now Baron just needs to go to Castle Age to end the game, you know. Rally point on the food and just go Castle Age and game is over, because your opponent can't contest that, you know. Japanese is so strong on this map. GG for Baron. A 3-0. That was fast. But Baron played well. And Salty were... But, well, it was probably not the day of Salty, you know. As he said. Because I saw it more impactful on the other set I have seen from him. So he was probably tired. So guys, we are with a win for Baron with Japanese against a Wu. And the set is over, so I will raid you on Twitch and on YouTube while I let you enjoy the ending scene. So where will I raid you? Before raiding, tomorrow we will see each other at 6:45 GMT for another cast, probably, or for other games. I don't know yet, but we'll see. It will depend on the set that will be casted, will be played this night. And for French people, tomorrow night at 7 PM, we will cast the Aegis derby between Pimp and Chirard with our friend Eratus, and we will see who will be the Plukos of the two. Plukos is a word, a nice word from the Aegis clan. So I'm checking about who we will raid. Since we were in an English stream, we will raid Crazy Roo. We have raided him once. He's around 1k elo. So give him strength. And have a good day, everyone. See you tomorrow.